Henry Cavill's sudden and silent departure from the role of Superman sent shockwaves through Hollywood and the fandom world. But what if it wasn't his choice? Whispers of a secret firing have now erupted into a full-blown scandal, and fans are demanding answers. Hello viewers. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. For nearly a decade, Cavill embodied the Man of Steel with pride and intensity, first soaring into theaters in Man of Steel, 2013, and later reprising the role in Batman v Superman and Justice League. Despite mixed reviews, Cavill's Superman earned a loyal following, many believing he was born to wear the cape. But behind the scenes, things were never as smooth as they appeared. The quiet exit that spoke volumes. In December 2022, DC Studios made a shocking announcement. Henry Cavill would no longer portray Superman in the newly rebooted DC universe. No official firing was mentioned. Instead, Cavill released a gracious yet somber statement confirming he was not returning, even after being teased for a comeback in the Black Adam post-credit scene just weeks earlier. Fans were confused. Why hype his return only to exit almost immediately? The fallout with DC, a silent war? Inside sources now claim that Cavill's departure wasn't a mutual decision. It was a cold, calculated cut orchestrated by the new DC boss himself, James Gunn. As co-CEO of the revamped DC Studios, Gunn had his own vision, a younger Superman, a new timeline, and a fresh face. Cavill didn't fit the mold. But rather than break the news transparently, insiders allege that executives left Cavill in the dark during critical talks, all while the studio moved ahead with alternate plans. One crew member who worked on early DCU transitions allegedly stated, "It was done behind closed doors. Henry didn't get a say. They used him to generate buzz and then tossed him aside." Cavill blindsided. When Cavill announced his return as Superman on Instagram in October 2022, he seemed genuinely excited. He even stepped away from The Witcher to focus on Superman-related projects. That decision now looks like a trapdoor, because only weeks later, the rug was pulled out from under him. This fueled speculation that Cavill was used as a promotional pawn by Warner Brothers to boost fan interest and box office traction for Black Adam. Dwayne Johnson himself lobbied hard for Cavill's cameo, reportedly clashing with studio executives to make it happen. But once Johnson's power diminished and the box office results disappointed, Cavill was cut loose. James Gunn, hero or villain? James Gunn has remained mostly diplomatic about the incident. He insisted that Cavill wasn't fired, only that a younger actor was needed for the role. Yet his words rang hollow for many fans, who viewed Cavill's removal as abrupt and poorly handled. "He's a great guy, but he's not part of this universe's plans," Gunn said in a December 2022 tweet. Fans weren't convinced. "He was Superman to us," one angry user posted. "You just killed the dream." Fan revolt and online backlash. The backlash was instant. Petitions circulated demanding Cavill be reinstated. Hashtags like #BringBackHenry and #FireJamesGunn trended on Twitter. Meme after meme depicted Cavill as the victim of Hollywood's ruthless politics. Some fans even began to boycott future DC projects, calling the new universe soulless, without Cavill at its core. Meanwhile, Cavill remained silent for months, until whispers of a Netflix deal and a secret Warhammer project began to emerge, signaling he'd moved on to new pastures. Still, the silence spoke volumes. Conclusion: betrayed or reborn? Was Henry Cavill secretly fired by a studio that once called him its superhero savior? The evidence seems to point toward a quiet, behind-the-scenes betrayal, one masked as a creative decision. But if the firing was meant to be the end of his legacy, it may have backfired. Cavill's dignity, silence, and the overwhelming support of his fans have only strengthened his mythos. Fired or not, he remains the Superman of hearts, and perhaps the most tragically mishandled star of the DC era.
Cavill was born in Jersey, the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, which are dependent territories of the British Crown and are located off the coast of Normandy, France. He is the fourth of 5 sons of Marianne Cavill, née Dalgliesh, a secretary, and Colin Cavill, a stockbroker. The family lived in St. Helier, where Henry Cavill grew up playing computer games with his brothers. At age 13, he left Jersey to attend the Stowe School, a boarding school in Buckinghamshire, England. At Stowe, Cavill developed an interest in acting and participated in school productions, including Grease, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Tom Stoppard's Dog's Hamlet. At age 16, he and his classmates had the opportunity to be extras in the movie Proof of Life, 2000, starring Russell Crowe. While on set, Cavill introduced himself to the recent Oscar winner, who encouraged him to pursue acting professionally. Cavill soon landed a role in Vendetta, 2001, followed by another in Kevin Reynolds' big-screen adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. For the part of Albert Mandego, Cavill, who has said that he was teased for being overweight as a kid, was encouraged to lose several pounds. In addition, Cavill had guest roles in a number of British television shows as well as supporting parts in the coming-of-age film I Capture the Castle, 2003, and an adaptation of the Celtic romance Tristan plus Isolde, 2006. During this period, Cavill auditioned for several iconic roles, including Superman and James Bond, which ultimately went to Brandon Routh in Superman Returns and Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, both 2006, respectively. Those setbacks led him to consider following in the footsteps of two of his elder brothers and joining the armed forces. In 2007, however, Cavill garnered his first leading role in The Tudors, a cable series following the exploits of Henry VIII, played by Irish actor Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Cavill portrayed Charles Brandon, a loyal courtier to the king. The series helped make Cavill a familiar face, and during its 4 seasons, 2007 to 10, he also appeared in such films as the adventure fantasy Stardust, 2007, and the Woody Allen comedy Whatever Works, 2009. After The Tudors, Cavill proved his skill as an action star, playing Greek hero Theseus in Immortals, 2011, and the son of a CIA agent, played by Bruce Willis, in The Cold Light of Day, 2012. In 2011, Cavill announced that he had been cast as Clark Kent/Superman in Man of Steel, 2013. He later admitted that he had missed the call from director Zack Snyder offering him the job because he had been playing the online game World of Warcraft. To portray the Man of Steel, Cavill transformed his body, adding so much muscle that he sometimes split the seams of his Superman costume. He also had the opportunity to work alongside Crowe, who played Superman's father. Jor-El. Cavill went on to reprise the role in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, starring opposite Ben Affleck as Batman, and in Justice League, 2017, featuring such DC comic book heroes as Wonder Woman, played by Israeli actress Gal Gadot. In between Superman films, Cavill starred in director Guy Ritchie's big-screen adaptation of The Man from UNCLE, 2015, playing a CIA agent who teams up with a KGB agent, played by Armie Hammer, and in Sandcastle, 2017, portraying a Special Forces captain on a 2003 tour of Iraq. Cavill then played the main antagonist in Mission Impossible: Fallout, 2018,